Hey guys, it's your girl Kdid. I recorded a video. Part of it, my child is acting like she don't got no common sense. So I had to stop that video and rectify some things. Then we did another video. She still messed that up. And then our foster daughter supposed to be watching Cocomelon. I guess tonight she's like, Mommy's recording and she can hear me. Well, she's not crying, to be honest. She's like, I just see her going, I don't think that means anything right now. She sounds fine. I checked on her before and I also looked at her on the camera, so I guess she's fine. You know, anyway. So, guys, before I get into what I'm talking about from the title, what you can see, guys, share me out. I'm trying to get bigger on this platform. Share me out if you like my information, if you like what I'm telling you. Please share it out to people so people can get the information out. A good amount of videos are giving information out to people about certain services that New York City offers. So if you can give out to people, that'd be great. I'm just saying. Hey. Anyway, this feels crooked. I don't know. Is that better? I feel like that's a little bit better. Ooh. Yo, I got this done the other. Yo, my child is fake sneezing is annoying. Every minute she fake sneezes. Anyway, if you don't know, this is your girl Kdid. Thank you. Welcome back to this channel. So if you don't know, I live in NYCHA. I live in public housing in New York City. If you don't know, I came in here after I was in shelter. I was in shelter for a year and change, like a year and like a month. It was honestly long compared to some families. People stay there 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years in shelter. So I was pretty fortunate to get out actually less than the average time. I think the average time for a family is 18 months. That's not including, I don't think that's including the DV amount of time. It could be much different because I feel like they go through different systems. So most times I feel like they don't get all the numbers properly, but I could be totally wrong. Try to hear the baby because she's always falling over. Not like she's falling, but she's falling because she puts herself down. But I heard her just kind of going to thing. She's dancing to the music. I don't know. If you don't know, I have 2 kids. One is 1 and one is 7. One is my bio and one is my foster daughter. So I don't know if that matters or not. But living in public housing. Couple of things you may know. I only have the perspective, majority of a person who's single, living with a child, coming into the system with a child who's under the age of 6. And I say this stuff because it depends on how old your kid is when you come here. Because my daughter was, I want to say 2 or 3 years old, 2018. I think she was like 3 in February. I think she was 2 and change. They only gave me 1 bedroom apartment because I'm a girl. If I was a man, or my daughter was a boy, would have got a 2-bedroom apartment. But they know most families stay here. Some people stay here for the rest of their life. That's not what I'm planning to do. I'm planning to do bigger and better things in my life. So I don't plan to stay here that long. But most families stay here for a good amount of time in NYCHA. They don't just move out after a year. Honestly, it seems like people just generationally stay in this place. I don't know why they wouldn't do that and give it to honestly, if you give it to your children, when you're still here and your children's in another apartment in NYCHA, I think that's a problem. But you know, I digress. But I really digress. But I don't plan to do that. But that's not the point. So what I am saying is, so I have only that. If you don't know, NYCHA also takes 30% of what you earn. So if you have any income that you report, I feel like stuff is not on the books. you shouldn't report it. Like if you're doing stuff like handyman work under the table, people can't even track the money. I feel like personally you shouldn't tell them. I personally am not a handyman. All the work that I do, even for a 1099, it is tracked by the government. Because after $600 when you get a 1099, they have to send that by law to the government so they know what's taxed on you. And when you do 1099, you gotta pay taxes back to the state and city. So yeah, I got screwed over in taxes this year, but my first time I have to pay taxes. And I was like, why? But anyway, so you can have 1099 job, you can have PA, which is public assistance, you can have Social Security, you can any type of income what can be tracked, you have to tell them about it. The only one I could say what doesn't matter is foster care because it's not considered real income in a way. If you adopt a child, that income is considered real income. Foster care doesn't because a child, you need, first of all, to get into public housing, you need to have a birth certificate. You're supposed to have a social. These are like documents they need from you. Why are you doing the most over there?
I'm just writing my work.
No. She's like this. Like, she's doing the most. Like, I just didn't ignore her. I'll check it out. But anyway, so these are things you need when you have a foster kid. If you don't know, you don't get. Shoot, I heard adoptive parents sometimes don't get the birth certificate right away either. They be taking forever depending on how, I guess, along with the kid was in the service. I mean, in the care. How far away the kid was born. Because sometimes, even though you have the kid in one state, they could be born somewhere else and be in New York. So, yeah, it'd be a lot of stuff going on. So, y'all hear that? Living with a faker can be interesting. I'm just saying, by the least. Anyway, so yeah. So foster care stuff doesn't get equaled into it. So long you work in 1099, a W-2 job, you get Social Security, disability, all that money, all that income. Anytime the government could track it, you gotta tell public assistance about it. Because you don't want to be the person. It's different. Also, because I do get money from Google AdSense. It's not often, but I do get a little chump change range. You feel me? Jobs like that is harder because it's not consistent. For them. I'm never gonna tell you the job fell. Like, I wasn't gonna tell you, but I had to tell you. Because I had to be careful and stop doing the foolishness.
I was just trying to get something and then I slipped on the bag and I fell down.
Alright, I'm done. So, I've been going to. I just can't get to a video. Like, I really can't. Like, it's crazy. It's really crazy. I hear somebody's giving me a message. I can't even look at the message right now because I'm on here. Not even the point. So, all those things was like, when I used to do WAG, I couldn't really give them because, like, now she's just acting a fool in this house. I'm just. The baby really went. Oh my gosh. So, my house is. It's somebody used to record at nighttime because I cannot. When you got a whole kid, they just try to mess up your whole life. They try to mash up your life. Try to mash up your whole life. This is just everything. They mash up your inside, they mash up your life. They just mash up everything. I love her because she gets my damn nerves. Anyway, I'm not recording this over, Katanya, so get it together, please. Thank you. So, what I was gonna say. So, all of those things, unless it's like a really like a job was sporadic, you have to get those things in. My caseworker I used to have, I got a new one recently. When I got a new one without even them telling me that I got a new one. So, yeah. He told me if like 3 months into it, you should give in because sometimes people get jobs and they don't like it, they end up quitting. So it's like to put it in and not have it changed, like it's a lot. So it's 30% of all income that you have. Every household income could only go up to a certain cap. So like me and KK, I think it's $65,000 a year. If I go over that, I get kicked out of NYCHA. That's what it is. Public housing in New York City is NYCHA. That's what I want to make over. I'm not saying I want to get kicked out, but I want to get out of here. They have, I was going to talk about this because I just got an email recently. They're doing like a rehab home NYCHA thing. And they said you have to, first of all, they must be talking about a family of probably 3 or 4. Because to be $98,000, they said the cap is, the starting amount is 98. You know what these, if you know anything about Housing Connect, they usually have like the minimum and maximum that you have to earn to be able to do these things. And it's like 98,000 and change a year to 100,000 a year and change, right? If you're saying these are for NYCHA residents, people making that much of living in NYCHA, I'm like, what, really? But how big is these families? And how big is these houses that you've given away for them? Like, it doesn't make sense. 2 and 2 is not added to 5. Technically, 2 and 2 doesn't add to 5 anyway. It makes it add to 4. But I'm just saying, it doesn't.
2
like
plus
something.
2 equals 4.
Katanya, I am not talking to you. I just said that.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I got 2 plus 2 is 4. I got a whole bachelor's degree.
You
I'm just
said
saying.
2 plus 2 does not equal 5.
Right. Did you hear what you just said? 2 plus 2 does not equal 5. That's correct. It equals 4.
Because you're acting.
That's not what I asked. That's not what I asked right now, though. You're in my video. You're chit chatting. They can hear you. Thank you. Put your legs down. Thank you. Anyway, so public housing. People think that, oh my gosh, public housing. Granted, I feel like where I live is much better than some people's public housing. Stop, girl. She is shaking the table to shake the camera. It wasn't an earthquake, guys. It's my daughter doing the most. So people think, oh my gosh, public housing. You know, they should know that public housing is a hot mess because they see it in the news. Sometimes we don't have heat. But I have my portable heater, and they said, "Oh, your stuff, have fires and stuff." Well, put on the damn heat. Put on the heat. They don't want you to have these things. They don't want you to have your oven open. But I feel like before I got my portable heater, I have put up my oven I think twice. Cause it was cold as hell in here. Like, if outside is cold as hell. Yeah, but if it's below 0, that's a problem for me. Yeah, if it's 20 degrees and 15 degrees outside, that's a problem for me. If I could almost see my breath inside without the wind chill, that's cold for me. And I love the cold. But I still need to be proper inside, like, feel me? I'm gonna make sure next time I record without my kids here. But sometimes the water could be off. The other day the guy tried to scare me, and said, first of all, probably that's when he out of Newark, and I don't know if you saw my video. They try to evict me by doing scare tactics. So he went outside, and he looked, because every apartment with a child under 6, first of all, I don't even know why it mattered. At the time, Kdiddavis was 7, so it didn't make. Was she 7 or she was 6? I think she was 6 actually. I don't think she was 7 yet. I think she's 6 still. I feel like if you know her birthday's coming up, it's gonna be like, it doesn't matter if I have the guardrails on my thing, but they don't have the baby under my stuff because she's not my kid, so they don't have her. So he didn't even know I even had a foster kid in here. He found out today, right? So he checked. He's like, you don't have any. He said, some of your guardrails are missing. What are you talking about, sir? I have a whole child in here. Why would you think I don't have guardrails where I'm staying? It doesn't. You're comprehending and not comprehending. I feel like after you live on the first floor, period, with a kid, you need to have guardrail. Shoot, you need guardrails for these adults because they crazy. You need a guardrail. So why the hell would I take off the guardrail off my stuff? And I got a whole kid out here, and I don't have no ACs in my house. Why? He said, yeah. And I'm like, are you sure? He said, I'm like, I think you at the wrong place. He said he went outside. He counted up again. Oh, you don't have a guardrail. Sir, what are you talking about? I'm like, where's it missing? The ones in the bathroom is in, the one in the kitchen, Katanya's room, my room, all of them in there. I'm like, I know I can't see. My eyes are not 20/20. That year was trash anyway, but I'm like, my eyes are not 20/20. But I know that all my guardrails are on. He said, I have to come in your apartment with this other guy. He came in, oh, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I must have counted up wrong. So you my whole casework, you can't count? It's gonna be a bumpy ride. Like, what are you saying? So, if you don't know, HUD, in my house growing up, I never had HUD come to my apartment, to my house and go do anything. I guess because it's, city property and whatnot. They could come into your apartment when they feel like it. They telling everybody in the building, oh, HUD come in, they're gonna do surprise inspections on people's apartments to see how they are. I think it's probably doing it because NYCHA has been in so much news and YouTube videos and TikToks about how trash they are. Honestly, they trash. Your what you call it, the bell thingy does not work. It worked the first couple of months I lived here, and I lived here in 2018. I moved here in 2018. It worked for a couple of months. It hasn't worked since 2018. What year are we in? 2022. 2022. I mean, no, for sure it not work next year either. Because I saw them ton. So I'm like, I don't understand, sir. I don't understand how you getting all this money. Great, you get 30%. But the other money, what we don't pay, they get their money in. Today I saw how much I got a lease, a copy of my lease. If you don't know, I'm doing I gotta do foster care. I have to get recertified. In New York City they do it every year, which is, to me, just bonkers. Other states do it every 2 years. I feel like that's more better. But I guess for the safety of the child, it's not even for the safety of the child, because it's still do it especially for the kid regardless. I'm like, I don't know, but whatever. So they needed my lease. I look at how good, honestly, because I don't really care. I don't look at how much my rent it goes for. I look at my rent, they said for this area is the amount, which I think, honestly, for this area that I live in, I feel like is much more expensive than that, because I've heard how much people have to pay in my area for rent for their apartments. I'm like, it doesn't really make sense. I'm like, whatever. I guess for their standards, that amount is, standard for this area, whatever. So I'm like, wow, it's not bad. It's bad, but it's not bad. You feel me? But New York City in general, their rent is expensive. So, living in NYCHA could be a mess. If you want to move here, be ready. No matter what neighborhood I feel like you're living for NYCHA, sorry, you're gonna get peed in the elevator. This is the thing. Your elevator is gonna be constantly disgusting. I saw it one time. I don't know where she came from, but she looked like she's a worker, probably one of the heads. I was going in my building. She said, "Oh, you live here?" And she said, yeah. She said, is it dirty like this all the time? I'm like, yes. The front of the building is dirty. Inside the thing is dirty. People come piss all the time in elevators. And the other day, yesterday I had to pee real bad, but I didn't pee in the elevator. I peed in my toilet. And trust me, I was running with the 2 kids. I pissed in my toilet. I'm confused. At least if I said if you piss, it'll be a little bit of pee on the floor. People's dog pee in the elevator. People's dog pee. I'm surprised honestly, what I'm surprised I haven't seen yet is poop. That's what I'm surprised about. I haven't seen poop in the elevator. I saw some buildings, when I was a dog walker, they had, which I feel like, why would you have an elevator with carpet? But that's whatever. They had an elevator with carpet, one with no carpet, and one with no carpet could have only the dogs, and one with carpet could have regular people. Well, just people in general. I'm saying regular people. Like, there's a different kind of people. You only one, thing, one race. But anyway, so living in NYCHA is like that. If your people on your floor or your building has roaches, and you don't make sure. Well, in my building, they're actually very good with exterminator. When I first moved in here, they got cockroaches. They had cockroaches. I called that exterminator real fast. I called them niggas real fast. And they came. That's the time they used to just spray. Now they just do like a gel thing. The gel thing, amazing. She's gonna keep crying. I don't know. Honestly, she's really crying. Because these kids be fake crying for no reason. But anyway, get the exterminator on them. They have whatever they have is good. The spiders be here and there. It's not that much. But he said, oh, just put like if you see a spider web, put soap and water, like spray in that spot. Make sure you take out the web, and you should be good. I don't know how real that is, but yeah. But the roaches, long the inspector come, they have that stuff that was really, really good, and they nip it in the bud. What else? It's nice because you don't have to pay utilities. You could use. I feel like we use a lot of water in here. I never used this much water in my life. I haven't kept on a faucet this much in my life because I grew up in a house. So it's like I was always thinking about water bill and light bill, even though I wasn't the one paying for it. So I made sure every time I was using, other than brushing my teeth, that water was running. But in my shower, I used to probably keep it on for like 5 minutes. I honestly keep it on longer running, which is kind of sad. People out there really need water to drink, and I'm wasting good water. But I don't know how good it is, but I haven't died from it, so I guess I'm okay. What else? Sometimes you send information and just they don't do what they need to do, and it's weird. And if you have HOA paying for some of your rent, they can not pay. If they don't pay for some of it, they want to put you to housing court right away. Just after 3 months. I'm like, but you're a city agent. You can wait. They all come like they're not in each other because they all different programs, but y'all know each other. Why you bother me for my half of the rent for that half, and I don't even owe that half? I gave you my half of the rent. Like, it's happened to me several times and try to like come for me. I'm like, but I'm not supposed to pay that. That's from the city. Stop coming to me. Or they have something totally wrong that when I used to have unemployment, I said they said still get money from. Like, no, I'm not. I'm not getting unemployment. I'm only getting PA. So I'm like, get it together. Like, they're very delayed on certain things sometimes. It's like, why? You have to recertify twice a year. Twice. They have, I think it's interim and a re-interim recertification, something like that. It's 2 things you got to do a year. Like, it's very annoying. The first part of the year you could bring your W-2. The second part you have to bring your pay stubs or whatever. So, gosh, guys, it's a bother to really do your homework. Do your homework. Why am I talking so much about this? Like, I'm confused. These kids, and she wonder why tomorrow's canceled. Because you're not listening, sis. You don't listen when you acting up. You get stuff. It is what it is. You're going to be tight. Titty tight, don't bite. So you're gonna get cereal regardless. That's part of the morning routine. Get it? Anyway, so that's some of the things. I don't know, like.
What? I said I'm gonna get cereal.
All right, then do your homework. So I can't really think of anything else about NYCHA other than it being dirty. People living here for generations. And if you have a foster care kid or adoptive kid, how would it work, kind of thing. So that's all I can think of. If you have any questions or concerns, might do another video or just answer in the comments. I could just do both, honestly, because some people even though you do a whole video for it and answer in the comments, they gonna still ask you again. So you might well just do a whole video so you could go watch that and call it a day. So anyway, please subscribe to me. Please send this out. Help your girl out. You feel me? So thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for being wonderful. And bye.